There are pitchers in baseball whose careers are defined by statistics. And then there are pitchers whose careers are defined by moments. Quiet moments, breakthrough moments. Moments that can be traced back to small decisions, childhood dreams, or a stubborn belief that they belonged on a mound even when few others believed it yet. Emmet Sheehan, with his tall frame, live fastball, and aura of intention every time he steps onto the dirt, is the kind of pitcher whose presence feels carved from those moments. He is not simply a player who throws hard or fits the typical mold of a modern starter. He's an example of what it means to rise through perseverance, faith, and the inner understanding that your potential, while perhaps unseen by the world at large, is very real to you. Long before the radar guns, the scouting reports, and the sudden elevation into MLB conversations, Sheehan was the kid who treated the pitcher's mound like home. Growing up in New York, he wasn't surrounded by the sunshine and baseball mythology of Southern California or Florida prospects. He instead grew up in a region where baseball demanded layers, grit, and the kind of attention that didn't come from year-round training weather, but from mentally crafting the player you wanted to be. Cold winters harden you. Indoor cages sharpen you. Limited time forces you to value every throw. In that sense, Sheehan's background shaped him, not as a prodigy, but as a student of the craft. Someone who sharpened his edges not through glamour, but through consistency. As a young pitcher, Sheehan's gifts were noticeable, but they weren't framed as surefire, can't-miss talent. He wasn't an automatic top draft pick. He wasn't the arm scouts gushed about in lists and showcases. Instead, he was the pitcher people discovered, someone who made a name for himself through performance rather than hype. His development was steady, geometric, and powered by a drive not born from external pressure, but from self-belief. He didn't force his way into conversations. He earned his way in, one inning at a time. His college years at Boston College became the first major turning point in his baseball journey. College baseball is often the place where pitchers either define themselves or get swallowed by the competitive ocean. In Sheehan's case, it became the environment where his velocity ticked up, his understanding of pitching deepened, and his poise began to show. It wasn't just that he became better. It was that he became sharper, more in control, more attuned to the adjustments required at every level. College ball gave him challenge. He answered with growth. When the Los Angeles Dodgers selected him in the 6th round of the MLB draft, the story could have easily become one of a quiet developmental arc, another mid-round arm entering one of baseball's deepest farm systems. But Sheehan wasn't built to blend in. He entered professional baseball with something that can't be quantified on a scouting report: command of his identity. He knew who he was as a pitcher: 6 feet 5 inches, long limbs, an explosive fastball, deceptive delivery, and a changeup that lived in the shadows, and he knew who he intended to become. The minor leagues became his proving grounds. With the Dodgers, a franchise known for sculpting pitchers into polished gems, Sheehan quickly transformed from a solid developmental piece to a pitcher of escalating intrigue. His fastball, lively and difficult to pick up out of the hand, became his signature weapon. Hitters often swung late, not because of pure velocity, but because of the illusion his mechanics created. There was a hesitation, a slight delay in recognition, one that separated his fastball from others in his class. It seemed to rise. It seemed to jump. It had a presence that announced itself before the ball even reached the plate. In the minors, his strikeout numbers climbed, his walk rate shrank, and his confidence grew. He attacked zones with an evolving understanding of pitch sequencing, tunneling, and deception. Coaches praised his analytic mind. Teammates talked about his instincts. Opponents quickly learned not to underestimate him simply because he wasn't a pedigree first-round pick. By the time he began rising through Double-A, it became evident to those paying attention. Emmet Sheehan wasn't simply progressing. He was accelerating. And then came the moment, the MLB call-up. It's a phone call that transforms life instantly, a bridge between years of work and the stage every player dreams of. When Sheehan received that call, the baseball world wasn't entirely sure what to expect. Some knew him as a rising Dodgers arm. Others barely knew the name. But by the end of his debut, the name Emmet Sheehan belonged everywhere. He didn't arrive quietly. He didn't tiptoe into big league action. He arrived with authority, with fervor, and with a debut that stamped his presence into Dodgers lore. 6 no-hit innings in his first MLB appearance. 6 innings of control, poise, electricity, and complete composure. Many pitchers spend years chasing a performance that dominant. Sheehan did it immediately. The baseball world suddenly turned their attention to a pitcher who had walked in with humility and walked off the mound as a headline. That debut was more than an impressive outing. It was a statement that Emmet Sheehan was not simply visiting the majors, but preparing to take his place in them. For the Dodgers, a team rooted in pitching excellence, it was a reminder that their pipeline remained extraordinary. For Sheehan, it was validation for every cold practice session, every minor league bus ride, every quiet moment where he had believed in himself long before others did. His early MLB outings showcased potential, resilience, and a sense of calm rare in young pitchers. He demonstrated that he could handle pressure, adjust after mistakes, and continue attacking hitters with the same confidence regardless of situation. His fastball changeup combination baffled opponents, while his demeanor, steady, measured, unshakable, earned respect from fans and teammates alike. Every time he stepped on the mound, he looked less like a rookie and more like a pitcher with a plan. But like many young pitchers, Sheehan also faced adversity. Challenges with command, adjustments from hitters, and the physical toll of pitching at the highest level introduced moments that tested him. For some players, setbacks become derailments. For Sheehan, they became part of the blueprint. He worked, studied, and recalibrated. He embraced coaching. He leaned into development. His growth curve didn't flatten, it deepened. What stands out most about Emmet Sheehan isn't just the physical talent. It's the mentality. He brings a rare mixture of humility and fire, open to correction, hungry for improvement, yet unwavering in self-belief. He takes the mound like someone aware of both the responsibility and privilege of his role. And while his journey has already produced unforgettable moments, it's clear that he views his career not as a series of peaks, but as an ongoing climb. There is something magnetic about watching a young pitcher evolve in real time. Fans feel connected to the story, not because it's perfect, but because it's real. Sheehan's story is relatable in that way. He wasn't handed the spotlight. He earned every watt of it. He wasn't given guarantees. He created opportunity. He didn't debut as a finished product. He debuted as a foundation of something greater. In an era where baseball is increasingly defined by analytics, velocity metrics, spin rates, and efficiency, Sheehan embodies both the science and the soul of the sport. Yes, he has the tools, velocity, deception, command. Yes, he fits the modern pitching profile. But the intangible elements are what lift him into a space worth celebrating. He competes with heart. He carries himself with maturity. He works with intention. And he plays the game with a blend of calculation and joy that resonates with the purists and the modernists alike. Fans have gravitated to him for that reason. He's the kind of player you believe in. The kind of player you root for not because he's perfect, but because he's passionate. The kind of pitcher you imagine staying in the league for years, evolving from promising young arm to established force to perhaps one day trusted veteran presence. His ceiling is high, his path is wide, and his story is still very early in its telling. As Sheehan continues to build his major league career, he does so with a foundation that elevates him beyond a simple pitching prospect. He is a symbol of patience rewarded, a testament to the power of development, and a reminder that greatness often emerges from places where few initially bother to look. Every inning he throws adds new layers to his narrative. Every outing teaches him something new. Every challenge sharpens him. The Dodgers saw something in him that the broader baseball world had yet to discover, and they were right. Today, baseball fans see it too. Whether he's carving through lineups with precision, battling through tough innings with composure, or showcasing the flashes of brilliance that hint at a long future ahead, Sheehan represents the beauty of the sport. The rise, the uncertainty, the breakthroughs, the faith, and the evolution of an athlete becoming who he is meant to be. He is proof that your draft round doesn't define you. Your beginning doesn't confine you. Your potential doesn't expire. Emmet Sheehan is still writing his story, but chapters like his debut and the steady climb that followed prove one thing without doubt. His career will never be one defined by how it started, but by how far he is willing to go, and he looks ready to go very, very far. Thank you for watching this tribute to Emmet Sheehan, a pitcher whose journey reflects heart, grit, and the quiet power of believing in yourself long before the world does. If you enjoyed this deep dive into his story, Don't forget to like this video, share it with other baseball fans, and subscribe so you never miss another tribute. Your support helps keep these stories alive. Until next time, stay passionate, stay inspired, and stay connected to the game we all love.